Hi, good morning. My name is Emily and I'm a faithful follower of Christ, and I just realized why I have not been hungry the past couple weeks. I haven't been fighting hunger or trying to avoid hunger or trying to deal with hunger. So I thought I'd share. Yes, it's partly because I drink a gallon of water every day. So that helps in so many, I'd say infinite ways. Yes, it's because I've been exercising daily and really pushing myself in these classes. And as soon as my hamstrings were recovered, now my quads are hurting because of a swing squat I did in a class the other day. I've been taking classes and pushing myself and feeling it, and I love it. I love reaching up to do my hair, and youch, my biceps, my triceps, my arms, I can feel it. That lets me know that I'm making progress. I'm actually working. And exercising not only curbs my appetite, but sometimes during the exercise, I feel the opposite of hungry. I feel a little bit nauseous sometimes. And I am surrounded by women that are, some of them 30 years my senior. These women are so inspiring and so fit and doing what they can do. And I look forward to someday being able to do what they can do. So anyways, I've been pushing myself, and that helps. The water helps. The exercise helps. The exercise then causes me to sleep really well and really deep and really soundly. And that helps enormously. To sleep really, really well, get a good sleep. I so often, somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, go find Greg and say, can I just go to bed? Can I just go to bed? And he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So I'm like, so you're going to get the girls to bed. You're going to get the dogs put up. You're going to clean up from dinner. He'll do it. So to sleep really, really well means that my hormones are leveled out, and my body's not begging me for energy all day long. And a lot of times a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day is not an option. So what I've done for 20 years is, if it's the middle of the day and I need energy, I just have turned to food over and over, and unknowingly and accidentally for many years, wasn't turning to food. I thought I was. I've just recently, in the past few years, come to realize sugar and flour are not food. So I was turning to sugar and flour, which is how I became an accidental addict. I've got a video called Accidental Addict. Anyways, the water is helping so much. The exercise is helping so much. Sleeping so soundly is helping so much. But really, maybe one of the main reasons I'm not experiencing hunger is because I'm eating so much protein. And the difference between protein and, let's say, a simple carbohydrate is like the difference between a raging fire, which is our metabolism. So here's an analogy. A raging fire is our metabolism. If we set an oak log, just a big hunk of a tree, just a big, not even like a branch, but like a big piece of oak. There's a dealership down the road, and they've used a cut up tree. Like if you cut a carrot in 2-inch chunks, they've used this enormous tree as like their fence, their border. If you took one of those and set it on a fire, that's protein. And it takes a long, long time to burn, which is why our bodies much prefer to burn carbohydrates and fats, because they can burn them quicker. That versus a simple carbohydrate like sugar or flour. So Charlie came in the room yesterday when I was making breakfast, and I had muffins and sausage for everybody. I made a big breakfast. Thomas was about to take his ACT, and he came in the room and he said, "Oh, Mama, I don't want muffins." I said, "Okay, do you want this biscuit?" And he said, "I really don't want carbohydrates." And I was like, "Oh, okay. All right, Charlie." And I was standing there eating my Ezekiel bread with some pepperonis on it. I said, "Now hold up. You don't necessarily need to avoid carbohydrates, but let's avoid the simple ones, have complex ones that our bodies actually have to digest." Simple carbohydrates like sugar and flour is the equivalent to tossing tissue paper on that same fire. So our bodies, it's why athletes, it's why when I was on a swim team, we would eat open packets of Jell-O mix, uncooked. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty tired. Just the dry Jell-O, just the sugar of the Jell-O. A pixie stick. cotton candy, sugar, any kind of sugar. If we are about to take off running, that might be a good idea. But if we're not, it's going to immediately be assimilated or accommodated. Accommodated or assimilated? Let's say accommodated. Our body's going to immediately take that in. And if it doesn't burn it, then it's going to store it. So one of the reasons I've not been dealing with hunger is because I've been eating so much protein. So I told Charlie, I said, here, have some Ezekiel bread, bran, rice, oats. This morning I'm going to have grits, fruits, and vegetables. These are all carbohydrates, and they're excellent. They're wonderful. This is why I personally don't like to follow any diet that completely cuts out a food group, which I'm realizing I'm no longer going to consider dairy a necessary food group. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. I want all of those in my life. Those are macro. Micro, vitamins and minerals, I want those also, and I'll get those from fruits and vegetables. So Charlie, I sent him out the door with a piece of fruit and some Ezekiel toast, and he put some meat on the toast. Protein. Every single day, my personal goal right now is 124 grams. Years and years ago, I had a personal trainer that told me to get 95 grams, and I was like, what? I was trying to add 95 grams of protein onto sort of my typical diet, which meant I was just eating packets of tuna. It didn't go well. This is going just fine. Yesterday, and I'm going to show you here in a minute, I had a cup and a half of, so this would have been like 24 tablespoons, a cup and a half of liquid egg whites. And then while I was scrambling that in the skillet, I tore up 6 ounces of deli turkey. Egg whites, deli turkey, and chicken breast are some of the best. You can knock out a big chunk, a third, if not half of your daily protein goal from those. So it was after a workout, which was really good. My body was wanting some protein. Before a workout, I want carbohydrates and fat. After a workout, I want protein. So I had a cup and a half of scrambled egg whites, 6 ounces of turkey. I put all that in a skillet. I just put a plate, it was a small skillet. I put a plate over top the skillet and flipped it. And then I put salsa on top and had a bunch of celery on the side. And that was so good and so satiating. And I took pictures to show my mom, so I'll show you here at the end of this. But that was, what you're about to see was 76 grams of protein. So just from one meal in the middle of the day, over half my daily protein goal. I've thought, how long will I count macros? I don't know. Maybe until I get a good handle on it, maybe until I get to my goal weight, or maybe in some form or fashion forever, because I might get to my goal weight and then really want to put on muscle, and then I might tweak those, put on more muscle than I'm already putting on, tweak those percentages a little bit. But here's what I realized last night. I would never normally or naturally turn to this much protein. I shouldn't say never. Maybe I will. The more we crave what we eat. Sunshine, I was thinking about you the other day, that video that you commented on. You said, this will stick with me. If we crave what we eat, we should eat what we want to crave. And my body is starting to crave protein in the middle of the day and fruit in the evening. And that is so wonderful and so helpful for me. The exercise, the water, the sleep, the eating, it's all working together. Imagine that. I always tell my kids around here, I tell them, especially when they have slumber parties and friends over, you make this enjoyable for me, because if it's hard on me, I won't want to do this again. Let's work together. And so I've got all these elements of my mode of operating now that are working together, including yoga. I did a yoga class yesterday and I was so sore and felt so tight. My muscles were so tight, I actually sort of felt like they might crack. And I was doing yoga thinking, I need to do some form of yoga so that I can do yoga. And I was telling these ladies afterwards that, oh my goodness, I feel so tight and that was so difficult. And they said, oh, well, it's very good for you. And I thought, oh, I'm not looking at this right. Yoga is good for all that. It's helpful for all that. But I'm headed now to an 8 o'clock yoga class at a different location where it is basically stretching. And boy, am I looking forward to that. So it's all working together. And I just wanted to share that I realized a good part of why I'm not hungry is because I'm eating so much protein. I'm putting an oak log on my metabolism that takes it's a slow burn. versus the things that I might have reached for not that long ago. Something along the lines of cotton candy and marshmallows. That's it. I love you all dearly. I'm going to go get 5 kids up and at it and 2 little girls in the bath. I love you. Let's talk again soon. In fact, let's talk again really soon. Today will be the Woe Is She reading, I believe, number 40, John chapters 4, 5, and 6. I love you. We'll talk again soon.